You're welcome to another video of the course F5 Big IP Advanced WAF or ASM. In this section, I'm going to show you how to configure MITM proxy as an interactive proxy to monitor and manipulate web traffic. In this course, we will use MITM proxy as a tool for analyzing and manipulating web traffic and also simulating attack scenarios. To begin using MITM proxy, start by downloading and installing the latest version from the official website mitmproxy.org and download Windows installer. I've already downloaded and installed. Once installed, navigate to the bin directory within the installation folder, which is by default C program files MITM proxy, and then bin to access executable files. MITM proxy offers two interfaces, the command line interface mitmproxy.exe and also a web interface mitweb.exe. Also, the web interface provides a graphical user interface for ease of use. I had some performance issues experience. As a result, I prefer using the CLI version mitmproxy.exe and then enter, and we will use always the CLI version during the course. Then we need to change the Windows proxy setting so that the traffic is routed through the proxy. In the proxy configuration, you can easily search proxy, and in the proxy configuration you can change the proxy configuration by default to the IP address 127.0.0.1 and port 8080, and then save. To confirm that your traffic is correctly routed through the proxy, just navigate to mitm.it in your web browser. If the page loads successfully, this indicates that the proxy is functioning as intended. For example, if I disable the proxy of the Windows and again load the page, if you can see this, the traffic is not passing through the MITM proxy. So if the page is loaded, it means that proxy is working correctly. Next, proceed with the download and installation of the MITM proxy certificate as a trusted certificate authority. This step is crucial for establishing a trusted connection. I've already done, but just to show you, just install and everything default, and installation is completed, and now the traffic is routed through the proxy. Although it is not necessary, but you can prepare a pack file to ensure that only traffic directed to the vulnerable web application testing in this course are processed through the proxy server, and the other traffic are not affected. I've already done it. Here, just disable this section and I will enable the pack file just to show you what I have configured already. In a summary, I've configured a pack file named pack.js and place it in Windows IIS root directory, C inetpub www root. Obviously, Windows IIS feature is already installed. This code says that only traffic to the destination with the domain f5demo.com is routed through the proxy with this IP address and port number. Otherwise, the other traffic are directed directly. In the second step, I registered a MIME type in IIS in the default website with the name of .pack and the type application /x-ns-proxy-autoconfig. It is also required to be configured for using pack file in Windows, just to route a few traffic through the proxy. And in the last step, I've configured Windows proxy setting to use pack file, which is accessible through the web. Just to check, since the IIS is already installed, it is important to access the pack file through HTTP, and file access is not supported by the pack file, and you have to configure IIS and insert your pack file inside a website, and it can be accessible through the HTTP, and then you can configure your Windows proxy to use pack file. Now only a specific traffic will be forwarded through the proxy. For example, if I browse royco-code.com, traffic is not routed through the proxy. But if I browse auction f5demo.com, you see traffic is routed through the proxy. For example, login, username 1 and then password 1 and then go. We will see traffic is routed through the proxy. And finally, in the control panel, again traffic is routed through the proxy. If all of your traffic are routed through a proxy, and you can see many traffic are passing over the proxy, and you may wish to narrow down the visibility of traffic to a particular domain, this can be achieved by applying a filter with mitmproxy. To filter, we just use F or filter key. You see here, F means filter. If we press F, and then we will use tilde URL and then the name of the domain, for example f5demo.com, and then enter. Then only traffic redirecting to f5demo.com will be displayed. For example, if I change the proxy to the full proxy, so all traffic are forwarding through the mitmproxy, and many traffic will be displayed here. For example, royco-code.com, you see many traffic are forwarded through the proxy with F and then tilde U and f5demo.com. Only traffic routed to the domain f5demo.com will be displayed in the page. All traffic are routed through the proxy, but only the traffic to this specific domain will be displayed in the output. So auction f5demo, and you can see the output here in the mitmproxy CLI interface. But I will change again the proxy to the specific proxy, and it is expected that all traffic to the f5demo.com will be displayed here, and then you will use up and down arrow keys to move between traffic. As you can see, if you use enter in any of the traffic, you can see the details of the traffic. Inside the traffic, with right and left arrow key, you can move between request header, response header, and details of the traffic to see the details of request header, response header, and the details of the connections. And again, with the escape, you can come back to the main page of mitmproxy CLI environment. Here, for example, in the request, we have many header fields: host, proxy, connection, user agent, accept, referrer, accept encoding, accept language, and cookie. And in the response, we have date, expires, cache control, content type, and finally in the details tab, We have the address, the client connection, the IP address, the timing of the connection, and all details will be displayed in the output. And again, with the escape, I will come back to the main page of MITM CLI environment. A key feature of MITM proxy that we will frequently utilize in this course is its ability to intercept and alter network traffic. This includes modifying request and response headers, cookies, and other data elements that I will demonstrate just now. To demonstrate interception, let's first log in to the vulnerable web application auction f5.demo.com that we have prepared in the previous lesson. But before clicking on the control panel, we enable interception in MITM proxy. To enable interception in MITM proxy, just we press I means intercept, and then we can choose a filter, again the same filter, URL f5demo.com, just to intercept the traffic to this specific domain. And now interception is enabled, and then we will click on your control panel. As you can see, the page will not be loaded since it is intercepted by MITM proxy. In the page MITM proxy, you can see that it is displayed with a red color, which means the traffic is intercepted. To change the traffic header or specification, just enter on the traffic, and then here with E or edit we can change the traffic. It is not interception is enabled, and then here we use E or edit, and here in the bottom of page you can see different section that you can change from the traffic. You see response headers, request headers, query, method, path, multi-part form, URL encoded form, and I will change the query section. And in the query section we have a parameter with the parameter name nick and parameter value username 1. To change any part of the traffic, just go above that with your arrow keys and then enter. With entering, you are able to change the value or the parameter. I will change the value from username 1 to username 2, and to apply the changes we will press escape, and then the changes is applied, and then again escape, to come back to the home page of MITM proxy. And here with A or resume, you can press multi times A key and again A. And if you come back to the page, you see that the web page is loaded. We have entered to the control panel of username 1, but as you can see, the control panel which is shown here is related to username 2, and this is because of the traffic changing or traffic manipulation that we have done through MITM proxy interception. This is exactly what I wanted to demonstrate you. You have two main capabilities. Once to analyze the traffic through going to the different tabs, request, response, and details, and also intercepting traffic with pressing I and then specifying a filter, and then intercepting and manipulation of the traffic.